All right, this is a very fun time of year because it is a very natural point in time of self-reflection, refocusing, and redirecting your aim towards things that you want to pursue this year. It's cool because tons and tons of people are setting new, exciting goals and embarking on new journeys of maybe rediscovering themselves or working on something that they want to fix about their life or just pursuing something new, whether it be a hobby, a skill, a business, something that they've been wanting to do for I guess the whole last year but haven't started, but they're starting now. Anyways, it's a very interesting time, and this is great because I'm about to rain on your parade. Because all of this is great until you realize that none of this matters. That the motivation that you're feeling right now is going to run out in a couple weeks if it hasn't already. And and you're most likely going to be in the same spot as you were a few months ago in 2024. All these hopes, all these false promises come back and haunt the people who are not strong enough to do something about it. A time of new beginnings quickly turns into a graveyard of broken dreams and desires never fulfilled. I'm sorry if this is depressing, but I do not want you to end up like this. This is why I make videos like this, to share my experience of years of self-improvement, mindset training, doing different things, studying my own life, studying other people's lives, so that hopefully I can inspire you to actually make a change in your life, to actually do the things that you say you are going to do. Yes, I say none of this matters. None of these resolutions matter because merely talking about them, merely setting themselves for yourself, writing them down, telling everyone what you're going to do this year, none of that matters because that does not do anything, does it? Actually, I take that back. That does do something because here's what happens. So you have a goal, get in shape, whatever. I use this example every video, but it's a big goal most people set this year to get in shape. I go, Mom, Dad, I'm going to get in shape this year. 2025, I'm going to get absolutely shredded, ripped out of my mind. They go, that's sick. That's awesome, Hayden. Like, congrats. That's going to be amazing for you. I go to my friends, guys, I'm going to get in shape. I'm finally going to lose, that 30 pounds I've been talking about all last year and the year before. I'm finally going to do it. That's great, Hayden. That's amazing. Good job. Well done. For what? Telling you about my goal? Now I'm in this position where I'm getting praise and affirmation for this thing that I've never done. I set up this false universe in my mind that I'm running through constantly of me with a six pack, 30 pounds down, benching 225 like I've always wanted to, and and I look amazing, and everyone is like, coming up to me like, wow, you've changed, like you actually did it, blah blah. I'm running through that in my mind. It's a fantasy, but I'm living that in my mind. And what happens is if you dwell in that area too long, it starts to almost become like it actually happened, and suddenly you I don't know if this is scientifically correct, but you get a spike of dopamine like it actually has become a reality, and suddenly in real life where you are right now, you are not any more motivated to do that thing. Does that make sense? You tell everyone about it, you get all the praise, you get all the affirmation like you actually did it. You get the dopamine and your brain saying like, wow, like it's what it feels like you actually did it because everyone is praising you for it, but nothing happened. So now it's like almost you don't even need to do it because you get all the praise and you never end up doing it. You start losing motivation for going to the gym, working out, dieting. It's not a driving factor for you anymore. Does this make sense? And this is very, very dangerous because suddenly the goal that you had for yourself, now you're probably in a place where you feel like you don't even need to do it. You keyword feel like it, because feeling is an emotion. Because you have gotten that dopamine spike again, I don't know if that's accurate, but that's how it feels. Because you got all that praise and that affirmation, mentally you're almost in that place like you actually achieved it. And suddenly, because most people set this goal to impress other people to begin with, which is a whole different tangent, but because you just got all the reinforcement that you would have received if you actually got in shape, but instead you're just telling everyone, and you're getting that feeling like you actually did it without actually doing it. Now that goal is pretty much non-existent, right? Which is an interesting paradox because when we think about the idea of most people do things out of fear or the pursuit of wanting people to think highly of them, which for most people getting in shape, that's where this goal is rooted. And you have all these people that you wanted to impress with getting in shape praising you for merely just talking about your goal. Suddenly, what's the point in doing it? there's no point in doing it. You don't need to get in shape anymore. All you have to do is talk about it because suddenly it's like, oh, let's go, Aiden. That's awesome. Like congrats. Like I didn't do anything, but I'm getting all this praise, which is almost the same thing as if I actually did it. Like, what's the difference between me going like, yo, Johnny, I'm gonna lose 30 pounds this year, and he goes, yo, let's go. That's awesome. That's awesome. And me, 6 months later, I come to Johnny, dude, I lost 30 pounds. Yo, that's awesome. That's awesome. What's the difference? There's no difference. There's no difference. So that's where talking about your goals too much becomes dangerous. And I see that a lot. Everyone's posting their resolutions on social media. Everyone's telling everyone, and and because most people and most family and friends are supportive, they're going nuts. I guess like they're like that's awesome. Like they're giving you the praise that you desire without actually doing the thing. And suddenly you've got enough reward to the point where you almost don't even need to do the thing in the first place. And then 6 months later, you come to the point where doing things for other people, the approval and the affirmation and the praise for other people doesn't matter. And now you're depressed because you could have gotten in shape. You could have actually done a New Year's resolution at this point, but you didn't because there's almost no need to do it anymore after everyone was going nuts because you said you're going to lose 30 pounds. Does this make sense? I feel like I'm yapping a lot, but seriously, I'm passionate about this because especially as guys, like us setting goals and then actually doing the thing we say is a big thing. It's a big confidence booster. It's a big set of evidence that we have what it takes. That it makes us feel more of a man. Does that make sense? Like when we do hard things, when we actually achieve the things that we say we're going to achieve, because that's success, isn't it? Keeping our word, doing the things that we say we're going to do, setting out on journeys, the pursuit, like this is all masculine man stuff. So if especially if you're a man, like actually achieving the goals you set for yourself is huge. And on the flip side, it's pretty detrimental when you realize you want to change, when you realize you want to, become bigger, stronger, wiser, more wealthy, whatever it is. You talk about it, you get the praise, and then you never do it. That's pretty detrimental because at that point you're like, maybe I don't have what it takes. Like, am I really a man? Am I really who I say I am? You're not, because you said you're going to do all these things and you didn't. Trust me, that's a horrible feeling. So here's a little piece of advice. Just shut up. Stop talking. Set these goals, write them down in your notebook, in your phone, whatever. Don't tell anyone and just do it. Just pursue it. What you're going to find out is that no one praised you for saying that you're going to achieve something without actually doing it because you don't tell anyone. And then when you're actually going to do it, you're going to get that affirmation, that praise, whatever. But what's more is that you're going to think more highly of yourself. Not in a narcissistic way, but in a way where it's like, I do have what it takes. Like maybe I am capable of far more than I think. Losing weight is not easy. Getting big is not easy. Working on a business, building a new skill, like becoming an expert in different things, like doing hard things, it's not easy. It's not easy. So when you actually do them, it's pretty freaking amazing. But don't fall into the trap of talking about it too much, getting all the praise, feeling like you actually achieved it without actually doing it, because that's a horrible place to be in. Being in that place, you can easily justify not pursuing the goal, not working on it, not doing anything about it, because you already got the praise from people. What else do you need? But when you just start, when you don't tell anyone, you just pursue, you just work hard, put your head down and grind and actually do it, like that's life changing. So I think this is one of the reasons why most people give up on their New Year's resolutions, because coming from a place of wanting other people to think highly of them, fearing what other people think, having these goals rooted in that, then telling everyone about it, everyone praise you for it, then there's no point in doing it anymore. So that's why I think people lose motivation, lose drive, lose willpower. They lose a lot to the point where they stay stagnant. Again, year after year, only the first month into the year. All right, so I make these videos because I don't want you to be in that position, and especially if you're a man. So subscribe if you want to come on a journey with me of pursuing a life of freedom, of becoming the type of person that does exactly what I say I'm going to do. And yeah, I hope this was helpful. Let me know down below what you think of this idea, this video in general. Happy New Year. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.